I believe interning is an important thing to do when you go to college because when you do intern, it gives you a chance to take a look and see what the real world is actually like. I mean, not everyone can go ahead and step into the real world position of, say, just off the top of my head, actually, working in media, working in some kind of communications field, and just say, this is exactly what I wanted. The fact of the matter is, no matter what you do in media, you're gonna have to be able to know what you need to do, whether it's working behind a camera, whether it's working in a promotions field, whether it's working in human resources, whatever. And that's part of life, is when you actually have to step into that role, you actually know what you're doing, and the only way you can get the valuable experience is to do some work outside the classroom. I mean, I wanted to get into radio, and taking that step has actually led me to a few on-air stuff where I do part-time work. It also lets me go ahead and open up doors to other things, such as working on the street team like I have, which allows me to see what you need to do when you go out for events and actually have to communicate with people. It's a weird thing to say, but if you don't take that opportunity that you get when doing an internship, you really don't know what you can really understand until you actually do something like it. I mean, you're not going to get the skills to survive in the real world in the classroom. I mean, they'll teach you the minimum and they'll teach you some of the skills that you probably should know, but they will not teach you how to think on your feet. They won't teach you how to do whatever you need to do for weird situations. It only teaches you what's in the, for what I like to call, the perfect situations. If you can't deal with the imperfect situations, which is going to happen about 75% of the time, then you're not going to survive. That's the best and only way you'll really get a chance to understand those things, though, is if you take the time and do an internship. The advice that I would give to someone doing an internship is to see it through and really not listen to what others say. I mean, my advisor at the time told me that I might have been wasting my time, that it'd be silly for me to do something like that. Really, I mean, really, this may sound weird, but I was told don't go for a radio internship. Stick with a video one, because the fact of the matter is, when you do a video internship, it fits in with what you're studying, but honestly, there was nothing like radio for classes or a major, so I did something similar to radio. It actually helped me a lot in the long run, as really, it just completely helped knowing how to record, how to be able to edit videos, edit audio, how to strip audio from video, and edit it so that way it can go into a format. But the fact of the matter is, when you look at what happens with radio, there's actually some of the video aspects of it that really are connected. I don't know how many people actually can understand that until you actually get into that position, into that field, if you will. But that's one of the things that I did pick up. Another piece of advice I can give is just see the internship through. I mean, look, it may not be exactly what you hope for, but when you're in college, it's your time to experiment. It's your time to let loose and see what's actually going on in the fields. For all I know, and for all anyone knows, it could be the perfect situation, or it could be something like, I don't know if I want to do this. It may suck to be able to go out and say, oh, that was terrible, or, oh, I'm not going to be able to do something like that after a few weeks. But the fact of the matter is, if you do it to the point that you see it through, then there's absolutely nothing you lost, and there's still time for you to see about maybe getting a second internship to be like, oh, well, maybe this is what I want to do instead. But you'd never know unless you actually saw the first internship through. Who knows? Maybe it actually gets easier. Maybe it gets better. It's all on you, the person that does it, though. My personal goals in the internship were to learn what goes into doing a good radio program, which I think I learned. And you know what? I still use that whenever I help out Chaz and AJ, or whenever I'm doing something for 959 The Fox, or for WPLR, or Star 99, or YBC. Because when you can create content, that's exactly one of the things that really can happen, is you have to be able to think on your feet and work with people. The other thing that really came out of it was I wanted to be able to know what goes into just being a good personality, and the fact is, I did learn that. It may sound shocking, but I did learn that. I still use it to this day, and you know what? While I may just be a street teamer, I still get called to be an intern for Chaz and AJ, but I know I'm also doing part-time on-air work, so I don't question it. I mean, it's good stuff to help really create a demo reel. It's good stuff to help you get stuff for air checks, and you know what? If it leads to something in the future, then that is absolutely awesome. If it just leads to working in a promotions field, then I can do that as well. I mean, that's part of the beauty of the communications field, is being able to learn the basics of one field in it to another specialization, and that is incredible, and it's a blessing. And you know, the fact that it falls under the communications department is something that is truly and utterly special.